Hi guys, welcome to Bougie Friday. Today we are gonna make a dirty martini, but not just like a dirty martini, we're gonna make the best dirty martini you can make. This is in honor of the new James Bond movie. If you guys remember, Daniel Craig always orders his martini shaken, not stirred, which is actually the wrong way to order a martini. A martini should never be shaken, it should always be stirred. So James Bond does not know what he's talking about. Sorry, Daniel Craig, but that's just the reality. So what are you gonna need? You're gonna need your favorite gin. I am using the Hendrick's Midsummer Solstice gin. I love this one in my martinis. I don't know why, but I just find that the little sweeter flavor in it adds something extra when it mixes with the brine from the olives, so I just love that. So that's the one I'm using. You can also use vodka as well. Then you're gonna need dry vermouth. I'm just using the Dolan dry vermouth. It's pretty popular, it's really good, perfect for martinis. You're gonna need some olives. So these are just Manzanilla olives or Manzanetta olives, I'm not sure how to say that. And then you're gonna need grapefruit bitters. So this is obviously not something you need. This is not a standard martini ingredient, but I love personally bitters in my martinis. And I find that the grapefruit bitters, again, pairs so nicely with this dirty martini. I have two types of grapefruit bitters here. I have the Bitterman's grapefruit bitters, and I also have just the Fee Brothers, which you can usually find in a lot more places. I'm actually gonna use the Bitterman's for this recipe because I just like the way it tastes a little bit better. For your tools, you are gonna need a mixing glass. Here's mine right here. I already filled it with ice. You are gonna need a spoon to stir with. You're also gonna need a strainer, a jigger, a little piercer for the olives that we're gonna add to there. And of course, you're gonna need a martini glass. I am using the Nick and Nora martini glass. It looks really pretty. I love the way it kind of, like the shape, it's very flowy. I just think it looks so delicate. It actually looks small, but if you make the martini right and you use the right combination, it's a perfect size for a martini. What you're gonna do to prepare, you're actually gonna take your martini glass, you're gonna fill it with ice and add water to it so that it chills the glass. So I actually did that right here for y'all. So if you guys can see, that is the ice, and I added water to it, and it's just sitting here chilling and chilling my glass until it's ready to for us to add the martini to it. Like I said, you're gonna take a mixing glass, you're gonna add ice to it. That's what I did here. Before you even start, the first thing I do is I like to take my toothpick or my piercer, and I like to put an olive on it because this is a dirty martini, so I'm gonna do that right now. That's what that looks like, and you're just gonna set that to the side. I like doing all the prep work first because you want everything to be extremely cold. So if everything's prepared, then once you mix your martini, all you do is you just pour it in a glass, and you don't actually have to wait to get your other ingredients ready, and that way the person can enjoy it right away. Okay, we always add the cheapest ingredients first. So we're gonna start with the brine from the olives. You're not gonna go too crazy with this stuff. Even if you like olives, don't get nuts. That's one thing I always used to do. Just a little bit of a spoonful. So you're gonna take your bar spoon, you're gonna add just a little bit of juice like that. I might add just one more, just for flavor. All right, there we go. Then you are going to add, so the proportions are 3 ounces of gin to ½ ounce of dry vermouth. So just keep that in mind. What's nice with this jigger, this side is actually 2 ounces and this side is 1 ounce. So I literally do 1 jigger of gin and then ½ ounce of dry vermouth. Obviously you can't see that, but it's like half of that. So we're gonna do the gin first. Technically I should do the bitters first because that's the second cheapest ingredient, but I'm gonna do gin. So I'm gonna add that. There we go. Like I said, it's 3 ounces. If I was fancy with it, I would go like that, like a lot of bartenders do. But I'm not that sophisticated. We're not that bougie yet. Okay, dry vermouth, again, just ½ ounce. There we go. And then of course, you're gonna add your bitters. Like I said, I'm using Bitterman's bitters. I love this brand. I think they have the best, most unique bitters out there. I absolutely love it. So we're just gonna do a little squirt right there. Now we are gonna stir it. Now remember, when you stir, this is so important. You want everything to be very cold. You want everything mixed. You also want to make sure that you don't stir for like forever for the ice to melt, because you really, this drink, it doesn't hide anything. It's the main ingredients that are in it. If you have good gin, if you have good dry vermouth, it's really hard to mess this drink up. So we're just gonna stir it, get it ready, and then we're gonna pour it into a glass. Now, a lot of people either like martinis or hate them. I find that like most of my girlfriends, this is not a drink I would make for them if they were to come over, just because a lot of them try and they're like, gross. Because it's just very like alcohol forward. But I absolutely love this. So I highly recommend it if you have a friend that likes martinis to try this recipe with the bitters. Okay, so we're just gonna stir it. All right. You can see the glass is getting all foggy, which means it's ready. There you go. Now we're gonna take our prepared glass that we had right here with the ice and the water. We're gonna dump that out because all that was doing was chilling our glass. We're gonna put that right there. We're gonna put our strainer onto our mixing glass. You kind of hold it like that. Then we're gonna pour that right in there. Perfect. See how it's just the right amount. And then of course you're gonna add the olive. A nice touch. There you go. Happy Friday, guys. Perfect dirty martini. Delicious. Best way to end the week. Cheers, guys. Have a good weekend. Yum.